We moved in with my mother-in-law and things are going great, but my brother-in-law has been hard to deal with.
Get rid of him like a wart.
For context, my 26 male wife, 26 female, and I moved in with her mother earlier this year. We have been married for 4 years now and used to live in a big city. We bounced around from rental to rental due to my job being at a college campus and us being allowed to live in staff housing. In 2022, we were no longer able to live on campus, so we lived in a rental home in 2022 and then a small apartment in 2023. I left that job at the college in mid-23 and found a temporary job in the city. We both agreed that we were paying way too much in rent for jobs that were no longer paying the bills and moving us closer to our goals of paying off our debts and starting a family. So that's what made us move in with her mom, trying to save that money.
And get rid of debt. Okay, reasonable.
By the way, this comes from user prettyflyguy05 on the r/OK storytime subreddit. So the goal was to aggressively put money towards our debt and begin to save money for our next living situation, which we hope would be owning a home. So far, we've done great, paying off all of my wife's student loans and cutting my student loans in half. We've now been living there for 10 months, and it's been good for the most part. Her mom is very nice, and we have come to mutually benefit from us moving in with her. We pay her rent, we buy groceries, I do a lot of cooking and yard work, my wife cleans the house, etc. Like a little family unit.
Wow, hopefully no one takes this for granted or starts misusing it.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. I say all of that to set the stage for how different it has been so far with my brother-in-law now living with us. I will refer to him as C throughout the rest of the post. Charlie originally was living with his dad, my wife's parents, divorced in 2020, and didn't have a good relationship with him. Charlie is not a bad person, but he is definitely bipolar. You have to walk on eggshells around him because at the slightest hint that you are upset with him, he will completely shut down, degrade himself, and say we would be better off if he left us alone. He is very difficult to talk to as he will make jokes or references that you may not understand and then degrade himself if you don't get it. To give you a picture of how difficult it can be to be around him, one time he and I went golfing together. I don't take the game too seriously when I play. I understand I'm not very good at it, but on the other hand, my brother-in-law is a pretty good golfer. About 5 or 6 holes in, Charlie is not playing super well. On one hole, he gets so frustrated that he took his clubs off the golf cart and said he was going to walk the rest of the round while I rode because he didn't want to bring me down. I told him that he's being ridiculous and would actually be bringing me down more if he decided to walk while I rode in the cart. Fast forward to about a month ago, and he has been kicked out of his dad's house. I say kicked out in quotes because the story he tells about how it went down seems more like he was literally asking to be kicked out. Yeah, that's confusing. Let's see how that works. His dad asked him to help move some plywood into storage. Charlie complained and questioned why they would need to keep old plywood. A foolish question. They argued back and forth for a little bit, and his dad eventually told him not to help and to just go. Charlie asked him if he was meaning for him to take all of his stuff and dog and move out. His dad kept telling him to just go. Charlie kept pressing and asking if he wanted him to move out or not. Charlie.
I think he just likes to take a little molehill and make it a mountain.
Come on, Charlie. He's like, why do we need to keep all this old plywood? First of all, plywood is one of the most versatile building materials for a variety of different constructs, which is why you don't throw out plywood. You keep it because you never know when it comes in handy. Also, this guy's just being like, we don't, he's complaining. So the dad's like, okay, this is more annoying than handling the plywood by myself. So just go. It's fine. And then he goes, just go. So what? You just want me to move out and take the dog and take all my stuff and leave? And he just goes, I'm not even going to entertain that. Just go. Just go. Go away from me right now is what this is. Here comes Riley.
Insecurity comes from feeling threatened, which comes from fear. So he needs to find out, in a way, with the therapist, what he is afraid of, so he can then stop feeling threatened all the time, so he won't be insecure and wanting to feel like he needs to leave anytime he upsets someone or if his dad's like, just go. That's coming from insecurity.
Yeah. Where it's like, oh, you secretly don't want me here, so just tell me. Just tell me now. Tell me. Because I know I'm afraid that you don't, so I'm going to make you say that you do so I can confirm my own fear. Wow, that was deep. Charlie continued to press the issue, asking if he wanted him to move out or not. The dad eventually says, yes, just take your stuff and go. I mean, at that point, after you like repeatedly being like, are you sure you don't want me to leave? Are you sure you don't want me to leave? If I'm the dad, I'm like, does he want to leave?
Please
I guess
leave.
you can leave. Yeah, whatever. Do whatever you're going to do. Him living with us has been very difficult so far. There is a psychology term called the self-fulfilling prophecy, and I think he accurately fits the description, which is crazy that they just said that because I was about to say that, and I felt like it was the wrong thing to say. Turns out I was wrong. He thinks that he is a burden to us and that we resent him for being in our space, so he treats us and talks to us as if we believe that. After a while, it starts to get annoying for Charlie to treat us this way and to degrade himself every chance he gets, so whenever we show any signs of us being upset with him, his belief is now confirmed and reinforced. Not only is he tough to be around socially, he doesn't chip in the same way that we do, or at all for that matter. If someone has made dinner, he will eat with us, but if not, he goes out and gets fast food for himself. He will eat our snacks and drink what's in the fridge, but doesn't contribute to the groceries. Come on, dude.
Because he was asked to help out with a chore, plywood, he argued, and then got into that mindset and did that. So I guess anytime anyone ever asks him to do that, that's the cycle he goes into.
Yeah, you just can't ask.
You can't ask.
He has a large dog that we have all chipped in to help take care of. At this point, we have taken care of his dog significantly more than he has, buying it food, bathing it because it smelled disgusting, brushing it, pretty much everything. His dog is much bigger than our little dog, and when they play, our little dog ends up getting hurt. We now keep our dog upstairs in our room when we leave to go to work out of fear that he may get hurt even more. This past week, we are all having dinner together that my mother-in-law has made. As we're eating, Charlie complains about the food, saying that he can make it way better. Hey, Charlie, you say that at the dinner table, I'll kick you out of the house myself, even if I didn't make it. Mother-in-law's making that food, and you have the gall to be like, I'd make it better. My wife chimes in and says that we would love to try any of his cooking. I tell my mother-in-law that I think her food is good, trying to make light of the situation, and he tells me that because I have already been married to my wife for 4 years, I don't need to kiss my mother-in-law's butt anymore. I said that I wasn't butt kissing, but I genuinely thought her cooking was fine and said that food tastes even better when you don't have to cook it. He told me that I was being shady and proceeded to degrade himself more. If you want to degrade us, you can do so every weekday at 3 p.m. PST when we go live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Just tap our profile and you're in. We might even be live right now if you're watching this in the future. But before you go check, hold on, because we got a little bit of story left. Do I feel bad for Charlie? Yes. But would I feel bad for Charlie if I was OP? And I'd been around this for so long, I think I would have been equally as worn down as OP. However, clearly Charlie is in need of some kind of help. And that's the problem I have here is OP doesn't seem to be moving with any level of empathy for Charlie, which is not cool.
Not cool.
Charlie clearly needs help.
Yeah, good guidance to fix himself.
Yeah.
Because this isn't sustainable to live with.
No, it's
with yourself or in the house.
And
it sucks too. They have no other options. They do, but it's very pricey right now for them to move out,
right?
Be somewhere else. They've tried that. It's really tough. Anyways,
we've got a little bit left of the story. Let's hope it ends with Charlie getting some help. Here we go. I really don't know what to do at this point. My wife is very distraught about the whole situation and feels crazy for feeling like Charlie has been acting ridiculous lately. They've tried talking it out before, but it doesn't go well. She had talked with her mom about it, and her mom has decided to not try to take sides. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. It's hard to have that conversation with somebody, and you got to keep doing it. And if the mom is like, I don't want to pick sides, this isn't about sides. This is about helping.
It's about who's right.
It's about helping
wrong.
your son.
Yeah, helping your son. Yeah.
Also, now in my own head, I just realized that his comment about his mom's food, because it's his mom, it's Charlie's mom, being like, yeah, you don't have to. It's not that good. I got actually really mad at that. I was like, how dare you disparage her cooking? But I'm like, okay, that might have actually been kind of like a lighthearted, sometimes families, they do little jabs for fun. It's just a fun little thing. To circle back, yeah, I feel like I want Charlie to be in therapy.